Hey everyone, hope you're all staying well and you're keeping safe. In today's video, I'm just gonna go over a few things that we do in our routine, really, for getting ready for church on a Sunday morning. Just like if I'm talking in terms of like the worship team and just what we do, and also I'm gonna show you a few of the roles that other people do, like such as people from the sound team and the camera team. You'll see what they do as well. I've got a few clips from there which I'll show you as well. In terms of for the worship team, what our routine usually looks like in terms of like getting ready to all the way to playing on the day, usually starts 2 weeks before we're set to play, which is when we receive the set list via our WhatsApp group. We usually get it on there, usually 2 weeks before. But so once we have that, it's usually on the Wednesday before the Sunday when we're ready to play. That's usually the time. That's usually when we have our rehearsal, when we come together just to go through all the songs. And it's usually around this time where we usually just go over parts that need fixing, so that on the day we're good to go. And then on the Sunday morning, we usually have to be there. So yeah, we usually have to be there around 7:45 a.m. So fairly early, but that's part of it, I guess. We also once we're there, it's usually around that time when we get ready for Soundcheck. And after Soundcheck, we usually just go through all the songs, and we start with our 9 a.m. service, which is usually the first service. I'm sorry, not usually. It always is, but so we usually have like it's the 9 a.m. and then we have the 11 a.m. service. So for the 9, we do like 4 out of the 5 songs, and then for the 11 o'clock service, we do all 5 songs. Now I'm just going to show you a few clips of a few guys who I was able to have a chat to, really. I was able to talk to each one of them about what their roles include, and yeah, and I'll just let them take it from there.
Tom, he's one of the audio engineers here at the church. So Tom, what sort of desk do we have here?
So we've got the Allen and Heath Advantage desk, digital desk, 64 channels I believe, got different strips where you control different things, band, singers, amongst other things as well.
Right. How long have you sort of been involved in like engineering?
Sound, I've always had a background in it. Music's run in the family, so I do other things. I'm a musician, I'm a singer as well.
Yeah.
And this is just another thing that I do. So I've been doing it for many years, and yeah, I just love music on the whole.
Yeah, awesome.
Now, one thing I kind of forgot to ask Tom there in that clip was to do with the recording software, which we usually use on the Sunday morning. Now, because we like to record our services usually from start to beginning, and the software that first for those who don't know, so the recording software, or a DAW, which stands for Digital Audio Workstation, it records all like the just everything really, from like all the instruments, all the mics that are plugged in, etc. That's what it is really. It's just recording software really in a nutshell. And once we have, and it's actually through that recording software, I usually grab at the end of the service. I usually grab the audio files from that computer, so I can then put it into my DAW to mix all my and to mix all the audio files, and then publish my videos out. So the recording software that we use on the day, like for downstairs, is like in the hall where we play. That's everything that we're playing is going through. It's recording software. It's called Reaper. Some of you may have heard of it, and we also use another DAW for streaming, and that is called Logic Pro. Because upstairs, like there's a streaming room where Logic Pro is used like to mix all the audio for our live stream service, which is on YouTube every Sunday. But yeah, that I just thought I'd add that bit on.
So I'm here with Tad. He's one of the guys from the camera crew. So Tad, what type of camera is that you got there?
So this camera is a Blackmagic camera. It is a 4K capable camera with some serious zoom and also focusing. It's got the ability to do stabilization.
Yeah.
Essentially, what you can do is right now it's making me look like a pro or a tripod on the move. What else is if I turn off the stabilization? Well, actually, I can't tell whether it's on and off. But if I zoom in to someone, oh yeah, there we go. That's the stuff. So, see?
Ah, yeah.
On, off. On, off.
Interesting.
So it's quite the difference. Apart from that, you can swap out the lenses. It's got a fat battery on top, 2 batteries, one to keep the stream going and another one to keep the camera going because the internal battery isn't enough. But other than that, yeah, these cameras are pretty neat.
I see. I can see it's like a massive improvement from like what we used to have.
We can't have to walk and talk because my boss over there is getting a bit antsy. But apart from that, yeah, considering the last piece of equipment we were using, it was dated for like, no joke, 2010. That's mental. Earlier. So it was literally cameras that still had the cassette reader inside of them. So this is a huge upgrade compared to those things before.
That is mental.
But yeah, essentially these cameras are, although I complain about them from their weight and the general utility on screen, it's not that terrible considering where we've come from.
I see.
It's actually quite a blessing how far this equipment has taken us. But yeah,
That's all. Cheers, Dad.
No problems.
So I'm here with Michael. He's the bass player for our worship team. He's in our team. So he's been how long you been playing bass?
Ooh, many years. I think I probably started playing bass in my late teens.
Wow.
I kind of played on and off. So originally did classical piano when I was like 11, and carried on doing that for many years. But then somewhere in between, sort of my late teens, early 20s, started playing bass.
Ah, I see. And you play. I know you also play drums as well, and I believe like other instruments like electric guitar as well. Is that
right? Actually, the electric guitar is my main instrument. I think most of the stuff I've done, recording stuff, touring, and that kind of stuff, I've done on electric guitar. So yeah, I've done a few things, but I do love the bass. I love bass. I love the combination of the bass and the drums together.
Yeah.
In a situation, especially like worship services that we have here.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, what sort of gear do we have here? Let's talk about the pedals here.
Right. Yeah. So I've got a Zoom B1 box here. But basically, it's a box of effects, of bass effects. So I've got it on a particular setting that I like because I like the sort of the full fat sounds, similar to a lot of gospel bass players. So I kind of brought that into our church context here. So that fattens the sound, it deepens the sound, and I just like having that. You don't have to have it. You don't have to have effects at all. But you know, for me, it just gives me that rounded sound that I love to have. Yeah. As I say, it really combines well when I'm playing with a drummer as well. So that's why I particularly like that. So the main thing is the guitar. I'm playing an Ibanez sound gear GIO model here. Again, favourite bass of a lot of church bass players, gospel bass players. It's a 5-string, and again, I play the 5-string because I love the rich, deep sounds that it gives. So really, when you're thinking about playing bass, it's the usually the bass guitar and the amplifier. But here, because we're going into a PA, it's really important that you get the right instrument that suits your sound, suits the way you play, but also doing basic things like getting the tuning right as well. So some bass guitars are very difficult to tune, others are more easy. This is a great, fairly easy guitar to tune, and because it's an active bass, in the back it has a battery. I'll just show you that.
Oh, okay.
There's a battery section in there. So you've got to really monitor that, because I've had occasions when at particular sound levels, so when we're full on, there's a distortion that you can hear in the bass, and that's because the battery's on its way out. So you always have to watch that on these active bass guitars, that the battery is fully charged. So every few weeks I'll change the battery. Just a basic 9-volt battery. I'm not going to promote any particular brand. It can be any brand really, but that's something that you have to watch, in particular on these bass guitars. Apart from that, really, it's down to you to play it and play it well. I hope that helps.
Well, thanks again, Michael.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks again, guys, for watching. I hope you're all keeping well and staying safe. One thing I will say is, like, I'm almost ready with publishing my website. That should be out soon. That will include like all of my videos that I've done. I'll put all my vlogs on there as well, and I'll also stick I'm gonna stick a few extra play along tracks which I've done. Well, not which I've done, but just because I've done a few covers on my channel, I'm gonna create backing tracks out of that. Yeah, sorry, play along tracks out of those, so you can jam along to them really. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.